Coming up on this edition of Southwest TV News. As residents of Maple Creek and surrounding area anxiously await the opening of the new Southwest Integrated Healthcare Facility, work continues inside of the building. As the city of Swift Current prepares for future growth, it must also plan for future debt. As the CPR Holiday Train travels across Canada spreading holiday cheer, it recently made a stopover in Swift Current. Thanks for joining us here today. Despite recent delays in construction, progress continues at the site of the new integrated healthcare facility in Maple Creek. We have more in today's top story. As residents of Maple Creek and surrounding area anxiously await the opening of the new Southwest Integrated Healthcare Facility, work continues inside of the building. The facility was originally set to open in October. However, a shortage of skilled laborers, mainly in the electrical department, has pushed the move back to next spring. And as the contractor is now playing catch-up at the site, the plan is to start staff training in key areas starting in January.
There's lots of new things that are going to be in this building for technologies that we need to train our staff, but just all around the safety systems as well. So we need to make sure our staff are aware of the fire safety, evacuation, our nurse call system, our communications, our security systems. That's all new. We've never had that before in Maple Creek. And so we have significant time that we need to spend with our staff and get them up to speed with that equipment. So our anticipation is once we get equipment in, which will probably take us 2 to 3 weeks, after we get that done, then we're going to spend from that time period till March 5th to do the training in the one side of the building. March 5th, when we get the other side of the building, then we'll redo some of that training and get that part done.
And as the finishing touches are put in place, Regier says ongoing recruitment for a full complement of staff at the new facility is already underway.
You know, we've been actively recruiting for some of our continuing care aides. I think we have a couple vacancies left to fill. So actually we've made significant progress, and we're excited that we believe that we're going to be able to open the building with the appropriate staffing level that we need to operate.
Once open to the public, the new facility will offer 80 patient beds and an array of client services all under one roof, including primary care, telehealth, acute admissions, and long-term care, all in a more home-like, bright atmosphere. Construction of the new Southwest Integrated Healthcare Facility is valued at $45 million and will serve the residents of Maple Creek and surrounding area, and is now set to open in mid-April of 2015.
What can you do to brighten a person's day?
How would you feel doing something good for a person in need?
What if a single thought could change a person's life?
What can you do to make someone's life better?
Helping others is the greatest gift we can give. Give for good.
To say thank you and to spread some Christmas cheer, our classroom will be making and delivering thank you cards for community workers in our city, including police, fire, and EMS workers.
We are spreading Christmas cheer around our community to remind others that people care about them.
Fundraise for money with a bake sale, selling bracelets and lemonade, but we have some other stuff we can do to help out too.
We'll hand the money to the ABS-CBN and Network Channel 2 in the Philippines, so they can give the money to the Philippines.
And we're going to give food and books to the safe shelter.
We're doing a dodgeball for our event, a tournament, so it's all for the classes in middle years, so anyone can join. All the money that we get towards the dodgeball tournament is going to the Foundation of Kids Sport.
It makes me feel good because I'm doing something for other people around the world.
It's kind of showing compassion and just helping other people out.
If people are in other countries and fighting war and stuff, they can have a chance to play a sport and have a lot of fun.
Because we all carry an invisible bucket, and if we be nice to each other, we'll all fill each other's buckets. And if we be mean to other people, we won't fill other people's buckets, and it will dump yours too.
You've heard how we plan to give for good.
Now it's your turn. What will you do?
What will you do?
What will you do?
Wishing you and yours a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the management and staff of Stoop Pharmacy in Leader. Wishing the citizens of Swift Current the very best this holiday season and into the new year from Mayor Schaefer, City Council, and staff of the City of Swift Current. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Gus, Louie, and George at the K Steakhouse and Motel. Book your Christmas party or New Year's celebration today. As the City of Swift Current plans for future development, it's renewing a special application with the province. We have more in this report. As the City of Swift Current prepares for future growth, it must also plan for future debt. And in doing so, Mayor and Council have given approval to the administration to request the Saskatchewan Municipal Board to once again establish the debt limit for the City of Swift Current at 1.7 times the average forecasted revenues for 2015 through 2019. This amounts to a debt limit of $75 million, which was approved by the province during a similar application by the city in 2011. A standard practice for all municipalities, and one which the city CFO says falls in line with the current debt load of $69 million, while paving the way for future projects in Swift Current.
Yes, there's the overpass, as well as council made a commitment to fund their share of the long-term debt. And that item alone would necessitate an increase over the debt limit based on our existing debt. And since the debt level is the new SMB approval would last for 4 more years, and during that time frame we'd have to provide the funds for long-term care, that necessitates the increase.
A continued sign of confidence by Mayor and Council in the local market and future growth of the city as it tries to stay ahead of the game in land development and having properties available for prospective buyers.
You know, a good portion of our debt is property development, and I think that's a huge advantage for us because it does keep our property costs very affordable. We could eliminate that debt by stopping to develop property and sell remaining inventories and let an independent contractor come in and do that, but the result would be more expensive property costs. So I think our residents, considering there isn't a cost to them, it's all paid for by property sales. That's okay debt to carry, I guess, if there is such a thing. The other big chunk of our debt is general revenue, and the trade-off with that is we've got low taxes and higher debt than other communities. Other communities have less debt and higher taxes than us. And we've addressed that general revenue debt by eliminating the dependence of light and power as a property tax subsidy, and it's going to pay for capital going forward.
The latest application to the Saskatchewan Municipal Board will cover the City of Swift Current's debt limit to 2019.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the board, management, and staff of Innovation Credit Union.
Wishing you the best this holiday season and into the new year from the town of Maple Creek, Southwest Saskatchewan's hub for holiday shopping and dining.
Wishing you and yours a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from David Anderson, Member of Parliament for Cypress Hills Grasslands.
Season's greetings and the best in the coming year from Yogi Hugabear, MLA for Wood River. The colorful sights and sounds of the CPR Holiday Train recently passed through the Southwest. We bring you all the highlights in this report. As the CPR Holiday Train travels across Canada spreading holiday cheer, it recently made a stopover in Swift Current. The warm weather brought out a capacity crowd for the noon-hour concert, featuring the Odds and Roxanne Potvin, and a visit with Santa Claus, who made his way through the crowd bringing a special gift for the children. A holiday tradition that CPR takes to the rail line each year in support of local food banks and giving back to the over 1,100 communities its company serves across North America.
We do over 150 stops between the two trains in Canada and the United States. Over the last 16 years, we've raised $9.5 million and 3.3 million pounds of food for food banks. And that's thanks to people who come out on days like today. We've got a terrific day for it. We're so looking forward to the show.
A tradition which shone through in Swift Current with a check donation of $5,500 to the Salvation Army. Funds which will come in handy this season as food bank usage is on the rise.
Haven't seen the final numbers from the hamper registration, but at one point it was looking like it might even go up by a third. So certainly there's been a significant increase in numbers, and so that's why I'm hoping and praying and have every faith that generosity of the community will continue as always, and that we'll be able to provide a need for all of those people.
And as the barrels and kettles were filled with donations of food and cash, Captain Ramsey says they're close to the halfway point of reaching this year's goal of $175,000. And that every dollar and volunteer effort goes a long way in helping someone in need in our community.
You can always give us a call at the Salvation Army, of course. You can swing by. There's lots of opportunities to stand on the kettles, meet new friends, and contribute that way. There's so much to do. Just give us a call at the Salvation Army.
The CPR Holiday Train wraps up its 2014 tour on December the 18th in Port Coquitlam, BC, bringing songs of the season and a sense of community to all Canadians this Christmas.
Holiday greetings from the Cypress Health region. On behalf of everyone here at Cypress Health, I would like to extend our best wishes to you and your families during this festive season. It's a time for family and friends to get together and enjoy the spirit of the season. The holidays are a time to reflect upon where we've been and those things for which we're grateful. Our wish for you is that 2015 will bring you great happiness, health, and prosperity. May the magic and wonder of this holiday season stay with you throughout the coming year. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the Cypress Health region.
Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at MyLocalTV.ca. And be sure to follow us on a range of social media. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.